When it comes to sailboats, there's just something special about the 30-foot range. Big enough to cross serious miles and small enough to be affordable and manageable, these boats have carried countless sailors on adventures, from weekend getaways to full-blown ocean passages. For many people, a 30-foot sailboat was their very first taste of real freedom under sail, and these designs have earned their place in sailing history. In this video, I'm counting down my top 5 legendary sailboats around 30 feet. They're boats that stand out for their balance of performance, practicality, and sheer staying power. Some are known for racing spirit, others for being reliable cruising companions, but all of them are legends in their own right. So if you're curious about which classic designs still turn heads and win hearts today, stick around. Let's dive in. The Beneteau First 310 is a lively little cruiser racer that made its mark in the early 1990s. It belongs to the First series, Beneteau's line of performance-oriented boats that balance comfortable cruising with a competitive edge. At just over 30 feet, it's a boat that feels sporty, but still has enough space and practicality to serve as a small family cruiser or a coastal passage maker. One of the standout features of the First 310 is its modern hull shape. It carries its beam well aft, giving it a broad transom and a surprising amount of interior space for a 30-footer. The twin aft cabin layout was unusual in this size range when it first appeared, making it attractive for families or those who wanted to host friends for weekend trips. Down below, the saloon is open and bright, with a workable galley, decent headroom, and enough room for 6 people to sleep if needed. It may not be luxurious by today's standards, but it's practical, simple, and functional. On deck, the Beneteau First 310 was designed with racing and performance in mind. The rig is fractional, giving good sail control, and the boat responds well to tweaks in trim. With a deep fin keel option, it sails well to windward and feels lively at the helm. For those in shoalwater cruising grounds, a wing keel version was also offered, though at some cost to pointing ability. Owners often note that the boat is easy to single-hand or sail with a small crew, thanks to a manageable sail plan and logical deck layout. Underway, the First 310 is quick for its size. It's not a heavy displacement cruiser that lumbers along, it's a sprightly design that can turn a light breeze into steady progress and really pick up speed in stronger winds. The twin wheels found on some later versions are a nod to larger racing designs, though tiller steering versions are often preferred by sailors who like direct feedback. As a world cruiser? Probably not. The First 310 is better suited to coastal and offshore passages in the right conditions, rather than circumnavigation. But as a boat that blends affordable ownership, fun sailing, and the ability to do more than just day sail, it's earned a loyal following. Even today, a well-kept First 310 offers tremendous bang for the buck for sailors who want excitement without giving up basic cruising comforts. The Tartan 30 is a true classic of American boat building, launched in the early 1970s and built in large numbers throughout that decade. At just shy of 30 feet, it was designed as a performance cruiser, offering sailors a capable, well-mannered boat that could serve double duty as both a club racer and a family cruiser. 50 years on, it's still beloved by sailors who value its solid build, graceful lines, and reliable performance. The hull is narrow by modern standards, with a long fin keel and skeg-hung rudder. This gives the Tartan 30 a sea-kindly motion and a feeling of stability, especially in rougher conditions. It's not a lightweight flyer like newer designs, but it's steady, predictable, and capable of handling real offshore conditions. Plenty of sailors have taken their Tartan 30s far beyond coastal cruising grounds, and the design has earned a reputation as a small but tough offshore companion. On deck, the layout is straightforward. A simple sloop rig, easy-to-handle sail plan, and sensible deck fittings make it a friendly boat for beginners, while still giving more experienced sailors enough performance to enjoy. Owners often praise its balance on the helm and its ability to sail well in a variety of conditions, from light airs to blustery days. It may not point as high as some modern designs, but it tracks beautifully and has a reassuring feel under sail. Below decks, the Tartan 30 is simple but comfortable. The interior is finished in warm wood, with a traditional layout, V-berth forward, head just aft, main saloon with settees, and a small galley. There's enough space for a small family to cruise comfortably, though by modern standards, the interior feels compact. Headroom is decent, storage is adequate, and the overall feel is cozy and seaworthy rather than flashy. One of the strengths of the Tartan 30 is its build quality. These boats were built tough, with thick fiberglass hulls and robust construction. Many examples from the 1970s are still sailing strong today, a testament to their durability. They're also relatively affordable on the used market, making them a great entry point for sailors who want a true sailor's boat without breaking the bank. The Tartan, the 30th, may not be the fastest or roomiest 30-footer, but it's one of the most beloved. For countless sailors, it was their first real cruiser, a boat that taught them the ropes and carried them safely on adventures near and far. That kind of legacy is what makes it a true legend in the 30-foot class. The Catalina 27 is one of the most iconic small cruising sailboats ever built. Launched in 1971, it became an instant hit with American sailors, and more than 6,600 hulls were built over a production run that lasted into the early 1990s. That massive success makes it one of the most popular keelboats of all time, and for good reason. It struck the perfect balance between affordability, ease of use, and practical cruising comfort. At just over 26.5 feet, the Catalina 27 is manageable for new sailors, yet big enough to offer real coastal cruising ability. Its hull form is moderate by modern standards, with a fin keel and spade rudder. The sail plan is a simple masthead sloop, easy to handle, forgiving, and efficient enough to get the job done. It was offered with several keel options: a standard deep fin, a shoal draft keel, and even a swing keel for trailerability and shallow water sailing. That versatility made it attractive to a wide range of sailors across the country. The interior is where the Catalina 27 really set itself apart. For its size, it offered an astonishing amount of space. With a V-berth forward, 2 settee berths in the saloon, and a quarter berth aft, the boat could realistically sleep 4 to 5 people. The galley, though compact, was practical, and the head was big enough to be functional rather than just an afterthought. Headroom wasn't full standing height everywhere, but it was generous for a boat under 30 feet. The finish was simple, more function than flair, but it gave families an affordable way to get out cruising without feeling cramped. Under sail, the Catalina 27 isn't a rocket ship. It's steady, forgiving, and easy to sail rather than fast and racy. That was part of its charm. It made sailing accessible to beginners and relaxing for casual cruisers. While not intended as an offshore passage maker, many adventurous owners have pushed their Catalina 27S well beyond coastal waters, with some completing ocean crossings. The boat may not have been designed for it, but its rugged simplicity and sheer numbers mean plenty of them have proven surprisingly capable. What makes the Catalina 27 legendary is how many sailors it introduced to the sport. Affordable, approachable, and widely available, it democratized sailing in a way few boats ever have. Even today, you can find Catalina 27S in marinas everywhere, still carrying new generations of sailors on their first real adventures. The Pearson 30 is another American classic, designed and built during the golden age of fiberglass sailboats in the 1970s. Introduced in 1971, it quickly became one of Pearson's most successful models, with more than 1,100 built over the next decade. At exactly 30 feet, it hit the sweet spot for a boat that was affordable, practical, and big enough to do some serious cruising. The design of the Pearson 30 is moderate and timeless. With a fin keel and spade rudder, it was a step toward modern hull forms compared to the more traditional full-keel cruisers of the previous generation. That gave it better performance under sail, especially to windward, while still keeping the boat stable and forgiving. The rig is a simple masthead sloop, easy to understand, easy to handle, and versatile enough for a wide range of conditions. On deck, the Pearson 30 is straightforward and functional. The cockpit is large for its size, making it comfortable for day sailing or coastal cruising with friends. Lines and fittings are simple but effective, and the boat has a reputation for being easy to single-hand or sail with a small crew. Owners often remark on its steady balance and dependable handling. It's not flashy, but it's trustworthy. Below decks, the Pearson 30 feels roomy for its time. The layout is conventional, with a V-berth forward, head just aft, a saloon with opposing settees, and a compact galley. It's a space designed for practicality, not luxury, but it works. Headroom is decent, and with berths for 4 to 5 people, it can handle a small family or a couple of friends comfortably. The finish is classic 1970s. Wood trim, fiberglass liners, and straightforward construction. The boat's real strength is its versatility. It's equally at home as a day sailor, a weekend cruiser, or a club racer. It was affordable when new and remains so on the used market today, making it a great entry point for sailors who want a real boat without spending a fortune. And while it wasn't designed as a blue water boat, like the Catalina 27, there are stories of Pearson 30s making offshore passages. The Pearson 30 is legendary, not because it's flashy or extreme, but because it was dependable, accessible, and well-loved by thousands of sailors. It represents an era when fiberglass made sailing more affordable, and it still holds a place in many hearts as the boat that made their cruising dreams possible. The Hunter 30, introduced in the late 1980s, represents Hunter Marine's push to make sailing more accessible and comfortable for the average family sailor. At just under 31 feet in length, it was designed as an affordable cruiser that combined modern styling, roomy accommodations, and straightforward sailing characteristics. While it doesn't have the same cult following as a Tartan 30 or Pearson 30, the Hunter 30 2 carved out its own niche as a practical entry-level cruising sailboat that could still deliver fun on the water. From the outside, the Hunter 30 2 carries the more contemporary lines of its era: wide beam carried well aft, a relatively high freeboard, and a spacious cockpit. The broad transom gives the boat more interior volume and a roomy cockpit, which is great for families or day sailing with friends. The rig is a simple fractional sloop, easy to handle and forgiving, making it well suited for short-handed or beginner crews. Many came with roller furling and self-tailing winches, which further reduced the workload under sail. Down below, the Hunter 30 2 shines in terms of space. For a boat in the 30-foot range, the interior feels generous. The layout typically includes a V-berth forward, a roomy saloon with settees, a compact but functional galley, and an aft cabin tucked under the cockpit. The headroom is surprisingly good, and the saloon feels open and inviting. Thanks to large ports and lighter finishes, it was designed with comfort at anchor in mind, and for weekend or short-term cruising, it works beautifully. Under sail, the Hunter 30 2 is steady and easy to handle. It's not a racer, but that was never the goal. It tracks well, has decent speed in a breeze, and offers predictable handling. With its fin keel and spade rudder, it's maneuverable in marinas and responsive enough under sail to keep things interesting. While it's best suited for coastal cruising, some owners have outfitted them for longer passages, though offshore work isn't its primary calling. What makes the Hunter 30 2 noteworthy is its accessibility. It offered an affordable path into cruising for many sailors, combining modern comforts with ease of ownership. Even today, they're available on the used market for reasonable prices, making them attractive for those who want a true cruising sailboat without breaking the bank. The Hunter 30, the second of, may not have the pedigree of some of its peers, but as a comfortable, capable, and approachable family cruiser, it has earned its place among the small legends of the 30-foot class. So, there you have it. 5 legendary sailboats in the 30-foot range that have earned their place in sailing history. From the lively performance of the Beneteau First 310 to the classic lines and rugged build of the Tartan 30, the accessibility of the Catalina 27, the dependable versatility of the Pearson 30, and the comfortable practicality of the Hunter 30, 2, each of these boats has carried countless sailors on their first real adventures. What makes them legendary isn't just their specs or performance, it's the memories and experiences they've created. These boats open the door to cruising for thousands of people, proving that you don't need a 50-footer or a massive budget to live the dream. A 30-foot sailboat is manageable, affordable, and capable of taking you far if you're willing to cast off the lines. So, which one of these classics would you choose for your adventures? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your pick. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like, subscribe for more sailing stories and boat talk, and check out the description for links to the gear I personally recommend. Until next time. Fair winds and following seas.